Hey students, this is 11.2, surface area of prisms and cylinders. We are going to learn how to find the surface area of a prism and a cylinder. Go ahead and do this vocab. There is an important word there. Please take note of that. All right, so first thing we're going to learn how to do is how to use a net to help you find the surface area. So what is the surface area of the prism below? Now a prism, a rectangular prism like this has 6 faces, so I'm just going to draw a rough sketch of the net we could use for this. And so let's say this is 5 here and this is 4. Then this would be 5 here, then 4 here, and 5 here. And then now to find the surface area, we just want to find the areas of those 6 rectangles. I'm going to make just one suggestion here. Since this is one great big rectangle here, let's do that all at once. So we're just going to take the 4 plus the 5 plus the 4 plus the 5 and multiply that by the width. So that's 18 times 10. And one thing I want you to notice is that 18 is actually the perimeter of the base, if we call that the base right there. So that perimeter. And then 10 we could think of as the height. And then we just have to find the areas of these two parts, which are both 4 times 5. And there's 2 of those, so 2 times 4 times 5. And so we get 180 plus 40, which is 220 square centimeters. And so what we really did is we learned a way of finding the area of any prism here, where B is the base area and P is perimeter, H is height. We can always do this to find the surface area. Take the perimeter times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. All right, here's the concepts and a new word actually. The lateral area of a right prism is the product of the perimeter of the base. So formula for that. The lateral area is the area between the bases. Okay, so we can take the perimeter times the height. That's what I was just talking about. And then the surface area is just the lateral area plus the area of the two bases for any prism. And the lateral area is just the perimeter times the height. So there's a formula we can use. So the surface area of this prism is equal to the lateral area, which is perimeter times height, plus 2 times the area of the base. Okay, and let's do B separately here. The base in this is the shape that follows through the whole prism, which is this triangle. And the area of that is 1/2 base times height, which is 1/2 the base. Let's think of this right here as the base, which is 7, and the height is 8.7. And that equals, I think, 60.9. Actually, not 60.9. 30.45. All right, and now we just need to plug that in. So the perimeter of the base is 10 plus 7 plus, I'm talking about these 3 numbers, 10 plus 7 plus 9. And then the height is this distance right here, 8 multiply that by 8, and then we have to add 2 times the area of the base, which was 30.45. And that's going to equal 214 point, that's wrong. So 10 times 26 times 8 is 'All right, go ahead, you try that. Use the perimeter times the height for the lateral area, and then add the area of the 2 bases. All right, to find the lateral area and surface area of a cylinder, it's pretty much the same as any prism. You're going to take the perimeter of the base times the height, and that's to get this lateral area, which this is actually the flat pattern of a cylinder. It would look kind of like this, where this length right here is the perimeter of the base, which is the circumference, and this distance between the 2 circles is the height. And then we have 2 bases, and of course the area of a circle is pi r squared. So to find the lateral area, we're going to do pi times 2 times the radius times the height, or I would rather you remember this as circumference times height. And then the surface area is the lateral area, which is the circumference times height again, plus 2 times the area of a base, and for a circle that's pi r squared. So to find this, we want to find the surface area of a cylinder in terms of pi here. So I'm just going to make a quick sketch of this. We're given that the height is 15 and the radius is 6. So the surface area is equal to the lateral area plus the area of the 2 bases. And remember that lateral area is just circumference times height for a cylinder. And then the base is pi r squared. And the circumference is just the diameter times pi, so 12 times pi, plus 2 times pi r squared, and r is 6. So we get 12 pi plus 36 times 2 is 72 pi. And that gives us, oops, I forgot the height here, didn't I? Sorry about that. 12 pi times 15. And that changes this number to 180 pi plus 72 pi, which is, in terms of pi, 252 pi. So answer D. All right, go ahead, you try that. All right, the soup can is 4.5 inches high and has a diameter of 3 inches. How much paper is needed to make the label? So what we're talking here is just the label of this, not the two bases. So we just want this part right here, which is called the lateral area. And remember, the lateral area is the circumference times the height. And if the radius is, or the diameter is 3 inches, and the height is 4.5, then we're just going to take the circumference is 3 times pi, times the height, which is 4.5, and 3 times 4.5 is 13.5 times pi. All right, and if we want to approximate that, we can go ahead and do that. All right, name the lateral faces and the bases of the prism right, and write the name each. Well, just remember that with a prism, the bases are the parts that are the same exact congruent shapes for the top and the bottom. So that would be that shape there. So we're going to have the congruent faces are ABFE and BCGH. The congruent and parallel faces, those would be the bases, ABCD and EFGH. The parallel faces, and this one are BFGC and ABEH. So the bases of the prism are the ones that are congruent and parallel, which are ABCD and EFGH. And the lateral faces of the prism are all of the other ones. So that would be all of these and all of these. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.